Section 2 of Step 1, the first fire. Definition. Desire is a spark, but a spark alone changes nothing. For it to become fire, it needs the oxygen of action. This is the birth of will, the moment a person stops thinking about what they want and starts acting for it, even when the result is still far away. In Japanese tradition, this process is called hinokokoro, the heart of fire. It appears when the mind is free of doubt and the body is already moving. Will is not emotion, it is forward motion without guarantees. Story. In the 1920s, in Kobe, there lived a young mechanic named Genji Murasaki. He worked in a workshop, repairing engines for fishing boats. Every day, he watched owners curse the machines that failed in storms, until one day he thought, why do we keep fixing them forever? Why not build an engine that can survive the sea? That thought became his desire. But months passed and nothing changed. He kept waiting for money, for support, for the right opportunity. One evening, an old master said to him, "You keep waiting for the sea to calm. But time passes. No calm sea ever made a captain." That night, Genji gathered parts from scrap boats, brought them to his yard, and began to work. No permission, no blueprints, only one oil lamp. He failed dozens of times, but didn't stop. On the seventh night, the engine started. Its sound was rough, but alive. For the first time, Genji saw his desire in motion. Years later, his engines powered boats along the entire coast. But that wasn't the most important part. The true moment was when he stopped thinking, started moving, and lit the first fire within himself. Explanation. Desire is dangerous. It brings inspiration, but also a trap. A person imagines the future, feels enthusiasm, and mistakes that feeling for movement. But nothing changes inside until action appears. Why? Because the brain doesn't distinguish thought from reality. If you keep imagining something, it starts to believe the goal is partly achieved. That's why after excitement comes exhaustion. The energy was spent on illusion. In Japanese martial arts schools, they say, "Do not think of the strike, strike." Because between thought and movement, energy is lost. The same is true in life. While you think, desire cools. The first fire only appears in action. Why it works only this way. Will is born not from emotion, but from the experience of real motion. When a person takes the first step, they receive new data. It changes their sense of what's possible. Only action can reshape perception. Without it, the mind stays trapped between desire and doubt. Physiologists note that at the moment of beginning an action, different brain areas activate, not those used for planning, but those that create a sense of confidence. The more often a person begins, the faster the mind adapts to new conditions. That's why Japanese masters teach not to wait for readiness, but to move precisely at the point of tension. They say, fire is born between doubt and the hand, meaning all strength lies in the moment of decision. Whoever lingers in thought loses the warmth. Practical application. 1. Notice the moment of hesitation. When your mind says, "not now," or "I need to prepare," that's your signal to move, not to wait. 2. Take a minimal action immediately. If you want to learn something new, go buy a book about it. If you plan to start a project, write the first line of your plan. The key is to create movement, however small. 3. Keep the rhythm. Fire dies when the pauses between actions are too long. It's better to move a little every day than rarely and with bursts of inspiration. Why it cannot work otherwise.
Inspiration is always temporary. It exists to start, not to sustain. If you wait for the perfect moment or mood, your brain learns to wait forever. It locks into the pattern, wait until it's right. That's how desire stays a dream. Only real actions change neural pathways. Only they create experience that confirms possibility. From that point on, the mind stops believing in the dream and starts believing in itself. Practice. Sit in the evening and write down one desire that has lived in you for a long time. Next to it, write the smallest action you can take within 24 hours. Don't analyze. Do it. When you finish, don't evaluate the result. Just feel that the inner energy has begun to move outward. That moment is the first fire. Repeat after a day, after two, after a week. The flame grows through repetition. The first fire is not the beginning of the path. It is the path. The moment a person stops waiting and starts living.
Movement begins with a simple step. It doesn't matter whether it is right or wrong. What matters is that this step ignites the first fire inside you, the fuel that keeps you going. Follow yourself and your desires. Listen to your inner direction, and give yourself a chance to continue this journey with the book. Subscribe so you don't miss the next sections. Maybe this action will become your own first step. If you feel that the book sparked new thoughts inside you, don't postpone it. This means your time to move has come. If you want a deeper breakdown of this section from the author, just write in the comments, "I want an in-depth breakdown." If enough people ask, I will prepare a separate episode. After listening to this section, take a pause. Give your mind time to settle and process what you heard. This is an incredibly demanding topic, and it cannot be absorbed effortlessly. It may take an hour, or two, or even a full day. Then come back to it. Re-listen, pause on key points, and take notes. Only this way will you receive the maximum value from the course.